There are many mistakes and traps new leaders step into when they take over a new role or a new team. I've worked with countless leaders over these last few years, and as a former leader myself, I also stepped into the same traps and made the same mistakes. So whether you're an experienced leader and you're just stepping up or taking over a new team, or whether you're a whole new leader and you're starting to lead a team for the first time, this video is for you because I will share with you some common mistakes and how to avoid them. So today I want to share with you 8 common mistakes that you might be making as you start on this journey or take over a new team. Don't worry, we've all been there, we've all made these mistakes, and I just want to share them with you so that you can be more self-aware and also figure out solutions of how to avoid them. So mistake number 1, coming in with a set agenda. Oh, I've seen this happening a few times. As new leaders, we might feel nervous, we might feel a bit out of depth, we might actually feel self-doubt and feeling like we're an imposter. So we think we got to prepare and we got to figure it all out and we got to come in hot. This is what needs to change. This is what I want to do. This is what you've been doing wrong. Let me tell you how we're going to change things. This is a big mistake because if the new team does not know you yet, they're going to feel a bit like shocked and taken aback. They're going to think that you don't even care about what they've experienced, what they've done in the past, what they've tried in the past. They might not feel valued for their expertise and all that they've done already. So you want to avoid this mistake by first going in and listening, trying to understand what's going on, what are the challenges, the goals, the aspirations, and what already has happened in the past. Mistake number 2 is comparing your new team to your old team. You might be leaving a really great team behind. Everything was working well, the culture was good, people trusted each other, you had so much fun together, and now you started to work with a new team and it feels off. And you keep comparing this new team to your old team and it starts to frustrate you. But here's the thing. This might be a new organization. Maybe it's the same, but it's different people, different experiences, different challenges, different backgrounds, different strength, and different history. Humans are so complex, and therefore teams are even more complex. By comparing your new team to your old team, you're actually robbing yourself of the opportunity to looking at what's already there, what's working great. Yes, it might be different, but it might not be worse. And even if it's a bit worse because certain things are not working, there is potential. And you don't want to be in a position where you don't even see that potential because you're constantly referring and comparing it back to the old team. So challenge yourself to start fresh, to challenge your unconscious bias, and to really start to see all the great things and all the potential of what's already there and what's working. Mistake number 3 is to let your ego get in the way. And I get it. Starting a new leadership role can be super scary and we are scared that we are going to fail. But if we are so scared to fail, we are so scared to make mistakes, and this won't support us doing our best work. And it might actually lead us to making it all about ourselves and our precious ego and our success instead of making it about the success of the team. And you also might be trying too hard to impress your new team because you want to make sure that they think you are amazing. But as I said before, you should start to listen and also focus on your own strength. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to hide your weaknesses. We all have things that we do naturally well and things that are naturally a little bit harder and take more energy. That's totally fine. Own your strength and share your strength with your team. Tell them, this is what I'm here to do. This is what I can help you with, how I can support you. I'm not really good at focusing on data or every single detail. That might not be my strengths, but I'm really good at selling your ideas, helping you be seen in the organization, or helping you prioritize your task, for example. Mistake number 4 is not listening enough. And I said it a few times before, but this is actually a big thing that a lot of people forget to do at the start. So even if you might be a process-driven person and you're a high achiever and you already want to get started because you've noticed all the things that need to be done or changed, start by setting regular one-on-one meetings with the new team members first. Make sure that you get around to see everyone, talk to them, and really just start to understand what's going on for them, where they're coming from, what are their challenges, what's been going really well, and how you can support them going forward. And then you want to start to assess your team. Where are the gaps? Where are the strengths? Where are the weaknesses? What does the team need? What are their development goals? And then you start to put these things together slowly. Mistake number 5 is avoiding making changes to the current team. And I've also observed this a few times because it's always scary when we have to let people go. But as a new leader, you also have the chance to change things and to change what's not working. You don't want to do it straight away though, because you first want to really understand the situation, understand what is needed, understand the goals and the vision for this team. But then also don't be too afraid to make changes within a few months, because this is your one chance to actually change and adapt the team to make sure that it's working effectively. If you keep someone on where they might not be in the right place, then you're actually gonna create much more complications down the track for you and for the team. Another mistake is not spending enough time with your leader. And this can be a challenging one, especially if you report to someone who is so very busy and has lots of different direct reports. They might not necessarily take enough time, but it's your responsibility to ask for it. So make sure that you sit down and take enough time to fully understand, what does success in this role look like? What is the vision for the team, for the organization? What are their expectations? What are the resources that you might need? What is your communication relationship? How often are you going to meet? It's really important that you set this up at the start with your direct leader. Mistake number 7 is trying to change too much too soon. As I said before, we sometimes have the tendency to come in hot and make lots of changes because maybe in a different team things have worked differently, or maybe you're coming from a different organization and you want to change it all for the processes to be more like that. And you might think that you need a quick win in order to prove that you are successful in this role. You might even feel an overwhelming pressure to prove yourself. Maybe your new boss is putting a lot of pressure on you to hit the ground running and make big changes fast. But one thing that you want to look at is really to analyze, what is the situation of this team? What is your role right now? Is your role to drive change, or is your role to build culture and provide stability? What is the journey that this team has been through? So you want to understand that you get the right balance between stability and change. Some teams require lots of change straight away, fantastic, but other teams need a bit of stability and trust first to be rebuilt, because maybe all relationships are broken. So you want to focus on that first and then do small changes first and then get going. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't have quick wins. You should definitely understand and identify the most important wins for you and things that you can change straight away. But just be sure that you are aware of how much the team can take right now and whether it's the right time for big changes or if it's the time for small changes. Mistake number 8 is not creating a plan and a roadmap. You might feel overwhelmed quickly when you start a new role, and there might be the pressure from the top that you should create lots of changes soon. There might be a lot of things from your team that are being brought up that are challenging for you. And then you also might have some ideas of things you want to change. So you might feel a lot of pressure of changing things right away. The most important thing though is to make a plan and understand what is the right change at what time. Create a 90-day plan. So look at your first 90 days and think about small things and small changes you can do. And in part of this plan should be your one-on-one conversations, getting to know your stakeholders and your leader, but then also creating a roadmap for the month after. This is what you want to provide to your new manager. They might want you to come in hot and change everything straight away because they might feel under a lot of pressure and just want magic to happen and for you to change everything. But you won't be able to change everything right away. And as we said before, you don't want to change too much too soon if the team can't handle it. But what you can do is create a powerful roadmap that shows milestones towards the goal that you want to achieve. Show the things that you want to achieve, show your plan, show your goals, and then break it down into little steps. This will also help you to be transparent to your team and to your leader, but also help you to not feel overwhelmed or not feel like you're not getting things done because it doesn't all happen at once. And that way you know that you have the plan in place. You can see step by step what you're going to do and that you will get there. So you can take a breath and know that you're in control. So these were 8 common mistakes that I have done either myself or observed with the leaders that I work with. And I hope that you found some great ideas of how to avoid the mistakes and some really good tips in this video. Comment below, let me know if you have any other questions or which tip or which mistake you found resonated the most with you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.